Hello guys, it's Ryan Ho back with another video. Today I want to review the Audiotechnica 700X. Now these headphones are kind of special in the way that they are probably the biggest soundstage I've ever heard in a headphone that I've reviewed. And I think it's because they have 53mm drivers, so they're really big drivers, as well as this very just open cup style. There's really nothing obstructing it. And they're really big like cups, and then the ear pads are also really big. So I feel like all this like adds to this gigantic sound stage, and then the way that like it's kind of tuned with like angle drivers too, it just like it's really just this huge like stage with this open back that like if you want to listen to like orchestral music or play games with this, I think it's very, very good for those things. Anyways, please like and subscribe down below. It really helps my videos out. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and any help would be appreciated. Now, let's talk about the build quality and then kind of like the way it looks. Like I'll put it on my head just so you guys can see. This is legitimately like a audiophile headphone. They actually market it as an audiophile headphone. Like you can kind of see how ridiculous it looks. It definitely doesn't look as nice and like sleek as the Sennheiser HD58x. It literally has audiophile in its name when they market it, so it's definitely a unique product. Now, let's talk about all the other stuff. All right, so let's talk about the Audiotechnica build quality. So we have this nice metal grill over here that you can kind of see into the driver, which is cool. And when you see into the driver, it actually has the angle driver, so you can kind of see it's actually angled forward, which is kind of cool. And then if you go to like the headbands, it has a kind of adjustable headband that's kind of different from a lot of headphones. They call it like a flight wing system. So there's really nothing to pull. You just kind of, this thing puts resistance on your head and it kind of supports itself. And this headphone's really light, so it's honestly, it's just like, it just fits on your head perfectly. You don't have to adjust anything, which is kind of cool. Then the clamp force of this thing is like non-existent. Like there's like no clamp at all basically. So it's very comfortable in that sense. Like if you don't like high clamp force, this is definitely the headphone. And then like even on top of that, this has really big ear cups. So when you go inside and look at the ear pad, it's huge. You can actually see the driver in it too. And the thickness is actually pretty good. Like my ear doesn't touch the driver. Unless you have bigger ears than me, then maybe yours will. But like I also didn't really touch the inside of the cup. So it was very comfortable for my ear inside of this gigantic cup. So honestly, this comfort is like one of the best out there. Literally no clamp force, no nothing. Like it's a very, 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 very comfortable headphone. And then we go to this cable right here. This cable is nothing really special. It's really, really like freaking long cable. So yeah, it terminates into a 3.5mm. It comes with a adapter as well. Now, when it comes to these ear pads right here, they're like a type of velour. They're nice, soft, and comfortable, and I enjoy them. And yeah, they're kind of nice, and they don't get hot like leather does. So it's always the good side of these type of things. The build of this headphone's pretty much mostly plastic, so just plastic here, plastic around. And honestly, plastic is good to keep down the weight and make this a very lightweight headphone, so that's great. Obviously, it's about $120, and some people might like more premium and more sturdy materials, but yeah, it's just made of plastic. I really like the sound presentation of the 700X. It kind of, like I said, it has that like big vastness factor of it, so you can hear sounds like coming from over here and over here very well, and as they move across. But the other thing that's amazing is like when you hear like the vocalists, they come like across very like intimate, like they sound like they're kind of like in front of you. Like it's really amazing how like detailed it is, how clear it is. It's like the person's sitting like right in front of you, and it's kind of like this very clear image that I feel like for $120 is something that's kind of crazy. I'm like kind of blown away by how clear it can sound for this price. And yeah, the resolution of this thing is quite capable. All right, so let's compare the Audiotechnica to the HD58x, right? So the HD58x is another open back headphone around the same price. It's around, this is $170. This is retails for $200, right? and you can find it for like 120 on Amazon, and it seems to be pretty consistent around the 120 price mark. So that's a pretty good price, especially when this is 170, right? Now, these two headphones emphasize different regions. I feel like this headphone is more like, emphasizes kind of bass and like mid-range, while this kind of emphasizes more like the upper regions, a little bit more brighter and like vocals and mid-range, like mids and like treble region, right? So they're really like opposites of each other in a lot of ways. So the 58X is definitely a sleeker looking headphone. The bass is just better like across the board. You just get more impact, more engaging factor, and even like a little bit more sub bass in this headphone, right? It doesn't roll off as much. And the other thing about this headphone is the mids are really good too. Like the vocalists come across really well, but I think it's very incomplete on the 58X because the treble region is just underemphasized. While the Audio-Technica's bass is a little lighter than this, right? But in the mid-range, like vocalists and like to the treble, because it has that extra emphasis in the treble, it comes across honestly a lot more detailed than the 58X. It's like, it's very detailed, and it also completes the thing that the 58X doesn't do, which doesn't do good treble. So it's like a weird thing where like they both have like mids, but like this is the treble winner and this is like the bass winner, right? So they're kind of really opposite to each other. But if you're looking for a very detailed and like wide sounding headphone, this is definitely better too. The Sennheisers have never been known for having big soundstage, and in this like in this comparison, like the Audio-Technica easily beats out the soundstage of the 58X. It's like not even close. Even imaging, it's way better than 58X. The point where I would say like, yeah, if you're playing video games, like easily this headphone over this one, right? I would pick each one depending on your use case and what you like to use it for. In conclusion, do I recommend the Audio-Technica 700X? I definitely do. I think if you're not into like the bass heavy genres, I think this would be a good headphone to listen to music. And it's a little tad bit bright, so you just gotta watch out for that if you're treble sensitive, but it's really not that bad, honestly. And it's a very detailed headphone for $120 is what it's kind of going for on Amazon. So at that price, kind of a great value, honestly, if you want to get something that's very, very hyper detailed. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.